The following is a presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Why, hi there, it's Uncle Ron, and today, Ron Chuckett from Retro Sports Network. If you don't know, today we're going to take a look at a new game I have from Decisive Action Sports. You can find it at asggames.com. I'll put that in the link. If you're familiar with classic hockey at all and Bruce Kish, this is his classic golf. And so I've already done the unboxing part. No, it's not another video. And so I'm going to show you some of the things that come with the game, tell you what comes with the game, and then we're going to do a sample tournament of, I think 10, 12 players and show you how things come in. And so we're going to take a first look at this together. And so essentially you can play any tournament from 1980 to 2019 for, if you get the entire package, I think I spent $33 on the deal, but for $15.97 you can get the base package with the core rules. I did not open up the rule chart. I'll show you that, I guess, in a moment. And the decade of your choice. There are currently 4 decades you can choose from, kind of like, the Soccer Mom station on the radio. 80s, 90s, aughts, and the 2010. So any tournament from 1980 through 2019 can be yours for the low sum of, like I said, I think it was like $33 for the whole package. But if you just want one decade, it's $15.97. So in the base package, you get the rules, a PDF of charts, which really you're only going to use 1, maybe 2, and over the course of a round. And for the decade, you get, I'll show you that in a second. So that's what comes in the core, and then you can choose the decade. And let me show you what comes with the decade sets. Alright, so I won't show you much more than this for the players. This is how they're listed. They come in order. Look at the top left there, Jim Furyk. He's got the asterisk, means that he won a tournament in that particular year. The number in the parentheses says that he won 3 tournaments in that given year. So I'm not going to go all the way through it, but every player, or pretty much a lot of the players who played on the tour over a given year are there, and you get 1 page per season. So the decade, you would give you 10 pages for the 2010 decade. The other thing you get is a listing. It's 2 pages per year of all the tour events there. So you could, if you just wanted to, let's say, do the winners only tournament, which would be in 2010 the SBS Championships at Kapalua in Hawaii, you can, and it tells you the purse if you want to do like a mock tour. And one of the charts, which I'm not going to show you, but is there if you buy the game, tells you how to break up that purse so you can actually assign money to a player. So let's take a look at, as I said, the SBS Championships. They played for $5.6 million, which is pretty good because it's only a top 30 event. And it's Kapalua Resort Plantation Course on the islands of Hawaii. It plays to a par 73. And there on the right where you see -3, we'll get to that in a second, but that's the first adjustment you make to the golfers. And so it was an easy course. So right off the bat, you're taking 3 shots off of everybody's score. The heart of the course will be a positive number, such as the Honda Classic at PGA National. The U.S. Open gets you a 2. In 2010, that was played at Pebble Beach for $7,500. So whatever your course you desire, a 0 means there's just no adjustment to the players to start. And it goes right into the PGA Tour playoffs and then into the fall season. And Bruce has a nice season in review. Goes through kind of like so you can get acquainted to who won what and where. The scoring average leaders. So if you just wanted to play the top 5 or whatever, Moneyless leaders, so you know how much they won. Who won the majors that year? Phil Mickelson won the Masters. Ray McDowell, the U.S. Open at Pebble. Louis Oosthuizen won the Open Championship. And Martin Keimer won the PGA at Whistling Straits. Let me just show you real quick the rules thing. It's 25-page PDF, a nice cover, the iconic shot of Ben Hogan from Marion, and a nice quote from Grantland Rice. Golf is 20% mechanics and technique. The other 80% is philosophy, humor, tragedy, romance, melodrama, companionship, camaraderie, cussedness, and conversation. Nice little memorial to probably his favorite golfer, Bruce Litsky. Then the contents of the rules, an introduction and overview of how to do a tournament, how to do a season. You can do special rules, such if you wanted 2000 Tiger Woods versus 1980 Jack Nicklaus, you can do that. How to play a match play. One of the things that's included in the decade sets is the full Ryder and President's Cup runs, so you can do those if you so wish. And optional rules if you want to play for weather in a round or have hot and cold streaks. I found the rules easy to understand. He does good examples of what we're going to do. I haven't played the game yet, and I don't want to show you the chart thing because that kind of gives away the game. But it generally, you'll be kind of like, whoa, there's 8, it's an 8-page PDF for the charts, but primarily the one you're going to use 98% of the time is right on the first page, and if we get anything that says a special thing, then we'll just kind of pause the video to do that. So really kind of easy to understand, not all that complex, and now let me show you how we actually, as you and I play the game together for the first time. Why, thanks that I spelled everything right there. I forgot. Excel can be kind of a pain in the butt. Okay, so from that 2010 list, I picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 golfers that we're going to do a tournament. And so in column C, do I have the mouse on? Yes, I do. All right, in column C is the raw score. You saw that just a little bit on the sheet there, so I just transferred them over. We're going to play Riviera. It's the home of the Los Angeles Open, the Northern Trust Open. So that's their raw score, and so basically what's going to be. So Jim Furyk, Steve Stricker, Matt Kuchar, Ernie Els, Dustin Johnson, Phil Mickelson, all their raw scores are 70. Jason Duffner, Rory McIlroy, the injured Tiger Woods, raw score is 71. David Duval, Ian Poulter, a raw score of 72. And Brad Faxon, New England's own, had a raw score of 73, which is not good. All right, so the course gets a rating, and I already closed that window, but Riviera in 2010 rates as a -1. So we take one shot off everybody's score just for that. And so the adjusted score, you see there, there's the course one, and there's the adjusted one, okay? So you see where everyone's rolling from. My base score for Furyk, Stricker, Kuchar, Els, Johnson, and Mickelson are going to be 69, and then we just kind of roll from there. Okay, now, the rally thing there, you see Furyk, Stricker, and Kuchar with the 2, Els and Johnson with the 1, and everyone else is a blank. If you're familiar with classic hockey or a lot of quick play games, the rally kind of works like a clutch dice roll. So if Furyk and Stricker and Kuchar and Els are kind of all have a chance to make up a shot, or Furyk, Stricker's, and Kuchar's case, maybe 2, they can roll twice and go for, see if they can get maybe a birdie or possibly an eagle on that base chart. So there's going to be no cut here. And the playoff column, you see an O, would be, there is on that chart, there is a playoff. So if we're tied after 72 holes, we do a 1 roll or as many rolls as we need to determine a winner. All right? Okay. So I've got the big chart called up there, and there's a couple notes. So essentially, the action chart has 5 columns. First, you read, if you roll 2d6, and that's where you see the ball roller there. No, when I press F11, it will not say 0, 0. Add up the 2d6, refer to the column. A roll between 3 and 11 gives you an actual score. Either as good, the lower the number, the better the score. So you could shoot as low as 3 under par for a round, or as high as 3 over par. Now, if you roll a 2 or a 12, then you go to column 2, and that's when things can get really good. You can go as low as 8 under par, depending on the roll, or as high as 8 over par. Ooh, you don't want that. And then column 3 is the less than 65 roll. So let's say that your golfer shoots a wonderful round, 65 or lower. You could possibly better that score. I think. If it's wrong, they'll tell me. And so you roll again. You can't go higher than the score you already have, but you can go lower. The rally is in column 4, and we'll explain that when we get to round 4. And then the last thing is the playoff, and you just roll the 2d12. So you see the 2d12 on the screen? I forgot. We're going to roll for Jim Furyk. So his adjusted score is a 69. We roll the 2d6. It's a 9. A 9 on column 1. Oop. So he's going to lose a shot, so he goes back to 70. Shoots a 1 under 70. Now Steve Stricker. Rolls a 10, and that is 2. So he's going to roll a 71 for even par. Riviera playing tough and all that. We'll just roll a couple more of these, and I'll do the rest of the first 3 rounds offline. Mr. Kuchar. It was an okay Thursday for Matt. He shoots 2 under 69. No adjustment to the score. Let's roll Ernie. It's an 8. No adjustment to the score. So he shoots a 69. So on and so forth. And then since there's no cut, we'll see you after I've done the first 3 rounds. And then we'll do the leaders on Sunday. Alright, so I did the first 2 rounds, and I won't do the 3rd round for you online, but I had 1 roll off the special column, and that was Ian Poulter on day 1. Opens up with a 5 under 66, and then shot even par 71 on Friday to be tied with Ernie Els at 5 under par. Really? Yeah, because it's 141. So Rory McIlroy had a good round Thursday, and then gave it all away. So and David Duval and Brad Faxon, not great rounds. They're 3 over par. Tiger Woods, 3 under. Tied with Kuchar and Duffner. That doesn't make any sense. So Poulter, 5 under. Really, shouldn't it be 142? Anyway, so that's where we're going, looking for the leaderboard. Poulter and Els are tied. 1 back Kuchar, Duffner, and Woods. 2 back Furyk and Dustin Johnson. Steve Stricker and Phil Mickelson, 2 under. Yeah, it should be 142. So Els and Poulter at 5 under. Kuchar, Duffner, and Woods at 4 under. Furyk and Johnson at 3 under. Stricker and Phil Mickelson at 2 under. Rory McIlroy at 1 under. And then Duval and Faxon at 2 over. So play the 3rd round and come back and show you the 4th. So an exciting Saturday. Low round went to Steve Stricker, shot a 4 under 67. And he is tied with Jason Duffner and Ernie Els, who shot a 1 under 70 and 207. 1 back Poulter and Matt Kuchar. Tiger Woods and Jim Furyk. 2 back, they can't do much about it, Phil Mickelson. And Rory McIlroy is 3 back. Brad Faxon, so you can see where the bottom of the field starts to separate out. Dustin Johnson's not going to win, so I won't do his rally roll. All right, so we're going to play the 4th round in its entirety. And then we can go through and see who gets to use their rally rolls. Ooh, all right. Faxon just having fun out there with David Duvall. 7 is no change on the score. It's a 72. So 4 over 288 for Faxon. Now Duvall. Score is a 71, even par. 2 over, 1 over. Going in to the last round. That's a 10. A 10 is a 2 to the bad. So you look at the adjusted, which is 71, add 2. 73. So David Duvall is thanking us for the memories. Dustin Johnson, he would need to go really low to have a chance to use that rally roll. He got onto the second column and rolled a 74 on Saturday. He's going to lose 1 to his adjusted score. A 1 under 70 makes him 1 under for the tournament. Not what he wanted to do. Now, Rory McIlroy's adjusted score is a 70. He's sitting 3 shots out of the lead going into the day. Can he shoot low? He rolls an 8. Nope, he's going to get his adjusted score. So a 1 under 70. So 68, 3 under. He made the weekend 1 under because he was 2 over on Friday. And then, so yeah, 280. So 4 under par for McIlroy. Now Mickelson, he can't do anything about this. What he rolls is what he rolls. He's 2 shots out of the lead. He rolls a 5, so he'll get 1 adjusted here. And so Mickelson fires a 3 under 68. A good score for Phil, but he can't change it. So Jim Furyk rolls a 10. Oh, so he's going to lose 2 shots. So his gross score is going to be 71. But he is going to use his 2 rally rolls here. So same thing, 2d6. He gets 2 cracks. He can possibly take as much as 4 shots off here. But let's see what he does, shall we? On the par 5 17th, he rolls a 6, which is a par. And on the par 4 18th, I just know that's the way the course is. It can be whatever you want. It's an 8, and so there's no adjustment. So he took his 2 rally shots, didn't get anything. He's in at 279. He will not win this week. Tiger Woods rolls a 6. That won't get him anything. 1 under 70. Phil Mickelson, the leader in the clubhouse, at 7 under par. Woods at 6, Furyk at 5. Now, Kuchar with a low roll, he's got 2 rally rolls to his credit, so let's kind of not go over there. So Kuchar rolls a 6. That won't get him anything. But he's in with a 69. So at 277, he's tied with Mickelson. So Kuchar will use 1 of his rally rolls. It is a 10, and that is a bogey. Oh, so now he's going to use his other rally roll to see if he can get it back. Got aggressive on 17 and par at 18, and so Kuchar loses a shot. And so instead he shoots a 70. And so Phil Mickelson, still the leader, with 4 golfers to go. Ian Poulter has no rally rolls. What he rolls is what he rolls. And he rolls a 5, which his adjusted is 71. A 5 is a -1. 1 under par is 70. And Phil Mickelson is still the leader in the clubhouse. Now Stricker. Here's the ones that had the lead going into the day at 207. Stricker, 71, even par Thursday. 2 under on Friday and 4 under on Saturday. So these are the groups at 6 under's par. Stricker has 2 rally rolls. And he rolls a 6. There's no adjustment, but it is a 69. And so it's 2 under par. So he is in at 8 under. Now he's got to decide right now what he wants to do. L's adjusted score is 69, so Stricker's going to use at least 1 here. He tries to rally, rolls a 9, nothing doing. He's got 1 more. Is he happy with that 69, or is he going to try to birdie 18? He does, and he rolls a 6, which is nothing doing. So he's in with a 69, can't do anything about it. Jason Duffner, his net score, his gross score is a 70. We roll a 5, and it is a 69. So Duffner and Stricker are tied for the lead, and Mickelson goes to second, or tied for third solo. So now L's, his adjusted score is 69. If he rolls a 6, 7, or 8, he's in a playoff, but he's got 1 rally roll, so let's not worry about that yet. So L's rolls a 9, he's going to lose the shot. So right now, it's a 70, but he's got 1 rally roll. He comes to the 18th. He's 1 under. He needs to birdie the last hole to force a 3-way playoff. Can he do it? He needs to roll a 5 or better. He rolls a 10, and it's a bogey. He loses a shot on 18. Oh, boy. So even par 71, and we got a playoff. We'll have that for you in a moment. All right, it's a sudden death playoff here. And so on the classic golf chart, there is a playoff column here, and we'll roll those in a second. So 284 was par. Brad Faxon finished last, then David Duval. Dustin Johnson 1 under. Rory McIlroy 4 under. At 5 under was Jim Furyk. Tiger Woods, Matt Kuchar, Ian Poulter, and Ernie Els at 6 under. Phil Mickelson at 7 under, and Jason Duffner and Steve Stricker at 8 under par, going into the playoff here in Los Angeles. All right, so 1 roll, and we'll see. So Stricker rolls a 6, and a 6 is a par. Now Duffner's roll is a 10, and that's a bogey. And you know, a par is always better than a bogey, and so Steve Stricker has won our test tournament. I don't think it took that long to do. The video's at 23 minutes as we're going here, and that's with me explaining. So it took probably about that long to play. But Steve Stricker with his par wins the playoff. And if you buy the game, you get all the instructions on how to do a full season. I think there's even a chart for how the FedEx points goes. You can certainly look that up. You can do it by money winners, how to do it, how to do things for Q School if you want to go from year to year. It really is just a well-written manual to tell you how you want to play. There's match play. There are a rare play chart, which did not come into effect. But you can, depending on the year. There's one for pre-98 and I think post-98, along with how to break up the money if you want to have a money list. It really is a good addition. And because, look, there are whole shot-by-shot games and hole-by-hole games, but not every course is covered, depending there, and not every player is ranked or on a yearly basis, or players ranked on a yearly basis. So this is a really good quick play game. I did, like I said, 12 players, 4 rounds in about 20 minutes. You can do things by cut. If you really want to do something extensive, you can go to PGAtour.com and get the fields for pretty much everything from 1980 on. So if there's a favorite tournament or a favorite year, you can actually have the real fields. I think for the most part, I don't believe that every player that played is actually numbered there, but you can pretty much approximate what you want with it. You can do whatever you want with it. I think it's a very good game for what it is. It's a quick play game, just uses the most basics of math. It's just a simple addition and subtraction. And although I think that the score, I would have to look to see what the winning score was at Riviera that particular year. Still, that's not too bad. So it gives you the good feel of golf and able to sort. There were, I think, 2 times I had to roll in the second column. Ian Poulter got there on Thursday, and Dustin Johnson got on it on Saturday and fired the 74. So a good basic game and a good way to get your feet wet if you're just looking for a quick play golf game to scratch your itch. Very affordable too. Like I said, $15.97 for the base set. You get to pick the decade. The whole thing was just over $33, and you can literally replay every tournament in the PGA Tour for the last 40 years. That does include the majors, and a nice write-up on each season when you're going through. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Ron Juckett. We'll talk to you the next time.